In this video, we are going to talk about top 10 dark science experiments gone wrong. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for the future updates. Here's a list of the top 10 dark science experiments gone wrong. Let's start. Number 10. The Trinity Test. It's hard not to put the world's first nuclear test on such a list. In the mad rush to develop the atomic bomb and gain a military advantage in World War II, America instituted the secretive Manhattan Project. This resulted in the Trinity Test, a detonation of the first-ever nuclear weapon in a New Mexico desert on July 16, 1945. While the scientists were relatively confident in their work, there were some famous doubters who wondered if the bomb would even explode or if it would perhaps cause the end of the world as we know it. Number 9. Unit 731. Unit 731 was a secretive unit of the Japanese Army that carried out horrendous experiments on humans during World War II. Commanded by General Shiro Ishii, the unit experimented on an estimated 250,000 men, women, and children. Most of the victims were Chinese, along with some prisoners of war from Russia and the Allies. Number 8. Nazi concentration camp experiments. Nazis carried out medical experiments on thousands of prisoners in concentration camps without any regard for human life. Some of their research involved purposefully inducing hypothermia, infecting people with malaria, using mustard gas on people, forced sterilization, giving prisoners different poisons, infecting wounds with bacteria, and filling them with wood shavings and ground glass. The Nazi doctor Joseph Mengele was the prototypical evil scientist, known for his concentration camp experiments, with a particular focus on twins, mostly Jewish or Roma Gypsy. Number 7. The Aversion Project. A medical torture program was instituted in South Africa between 1971 and 1989 to cure homosexuality in military conscripts. The policy, carried out under apartheid, included forced aversion therapy treatments like electric shock therapy and chemical castration. The Army also authorized as many as 900 sex change operations. It was widely believed in the medical community at the time that homosexuality was a mental illness that could be cured. Number 6. Guatemalan STD Study. This horrid experiment is another instance of the U.S. government causing harm in the pursuit of science. From 1945 until 1956, around 1,500 Guatemalans were deliberately infected with sexually transmitted diseases, including syphilis and gonorrhea. The subjects included orphans, prisoners, prostitutes, and military conscripts. Number 5. Kola Superdeep Borehole. A Soviet experiment, started in 1970, sought to drill as deeply as possible into the crust of the planet. By 1994, they bore a 12 kilometers deep hole into the Kola Peninsula in Russia's far northwest. The record dig provided much scientific data, like the finding of ancient microscopic plankton fossils from 24 species. Number 4. The Tuskegee Syphilis Experiment. A government-funded study from 1933 to 1972 denied treatment for syphilis to 399 African-American patients in rural Alabama, even as penicillin was found to be effective against the disease in 1947. The patients were actually not told they had syphilis, with doctors blaming their bad blood instead and given placebos. The goal of the experiment, carried out by the U.S. Number 3. The Large Hadron Supercollider. The Large Hadron Collider LHC in Switzerland, built to study particle physics, is the world's largest machine and single most sophisticated scientific instrument. Because of this and the cutting-edge research it's involved in, the LHC has prompted more than its share of fears from the general public. It has been blamed for causing earthquakes and pulling asteroids towards Earth. While conspiracy theories around the LHC have generally been disproven, it has also been accused of potentially creating black holes that could swallow Earth. Number 2. Weaponizing the plague. The last time plague roamed around, it killed around half of Europe's population, reducing the amount of people in the world by nearly 100 million during the 13th and 14th century. In the late 1980s, the Soviet Union's biological warfare research program figured out how to use the plague as a weapon to be launched at enemies in missile warheads. What could go wrong? Besides the plague, defectors revealed that the Soviet bioweapons program also had hundreds of tons of anthrax and tons of smallpox. Number 1. Project MKUltra. The infamous Project MKUltra was SIA's attempt at mastering mind control. The program started in the 1950s and lasted seemingly until 1966. Under MKUltra, often unwilling subjects were given drugs, especially hallucinogenics like LSD. The people tested were also put through sleep and sensory deprivation, hypnosis, sexual abuse, and other kinds of psychological torture, while some tests proved lethal. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.